Hello there, Seraph17 once again. This is my Metal Gear Rising S-Rank walkthrough. This is File 7, the Assassination attempt, and this is the only ranked fight outside of the boss encounters. So once you've done this, feel free to completely skip the next areas as sloppily as you want to, so you can get onto those next encounters. And I would recommend backing up your save at the checkpoint at the beginning of the excelsor fight, the Metal Gear fight. The reason I say this is I've killed that boss about 4 times with perfect performances, each of them worthy of a standalone video, and I got A ranks. So I think the problem I had is when the geckos are blowing up from the laser from Metal Gear in the second phase of the fight, I wasn't Zandatsuing them. And the difference on the successful run is I got 2 Zandatsus, which earned me that extra bit of bonus, and that literally made the difference. So that's what I was doing wrong. Everything else was flawless because this fight is quite simple once you're used to it. So you can ninja run to avoid this stuff, but I just love practicing my timing on the dash attacks, as you just saw. Sometimes it bites me in the ass because the iframes, while there are quite a few of them, it's not like God of War where there's so many iframes you pretty much spend the entire game immortal. So once again, you can run left and right to avoid this, but I do like doing the evades. Sometimes you can get some cheeky hits as well if you time it well. Sometimes it's so fast you just can't. But once he does the quick one, feel free to do some hits with the beastly pincers, the bloodlust of doom, the sundowner weapon. And if you do enough damage, he's going to turn around and start bringing his big old foot over here. So what I like to do is I like to charge the second hit of the pincer. Although I'm charging the third hit here, as you can see. And I fucked that up completely. Which is hilarious because this is the S-rank run, yet this is nowhere near as impressive as one of the other runs where I got an A. Because my timing was just spot on. Like, I was getting the feet as they landed. The first time they landed, immediately going into blade mode to cut the leg off. It was impressive stuff. And A rank. Like a big old slap in the face with a prisoner's dick. Uncircumcised and not fun. But once you've done that, feel free to run up the leg in the really stupid looking ninja run. Chop him up. It doesn't really matter when it comes to, you know, chopping crazily. You still get the same bonus, I think. Sometimes it's a nice placebo effect. And this sequence here, I charge the pincers, I charge the third hit to get the most damage, and then I cancel out of the third hit with the slash, and I jump and do some attacks. The motivation is just to deal as much damage as you can, and make sure you've got blade mode for this moment. So make sure your first bar's at least full, because we need these Zandatsus. We've got a checkpoint just in case anything goes bad. There's the laser, there's the strikes, and now we need to get over here and start doing some chopping. So, oh no, that looks bad. There we go, got 1, could have got 2 if we'd have been cleaner. But every little helps, pick up the shit that they drop, always useful. And dodging the laser is simple as long as you hug the back wall, especially for the horizontal sweeps, and just make sure to try and get these. If you can get these Zandatsus, you're guaranteed this rank. If you don't take damage, as long as you get a decent enough combo, your combo doesn't have to be too impressive, it's guaranteed S. And the second phase, which is the first 2 phases of Armstrong, they're both very easy to get the S on. You're so powerful in those phases. In the second phase, you don't even have to fight. I'm going to show you a nice technique to skip that fight completely. But because we didn't do enough damage, he does this again. But it's not the end of the world, because I've dodged that enough times now to have my timing down, and as I mentioned, you can just run through it. Watch the third strike on this. The second strike is faster than the third. Watch how fast the third one is. That's going to catch you every time unless you know that that strike is quicker. It's really cheeky. It's so fast that you don't get the hit on it. Like madness. There we go, there's the hit. Cue the music, do some chopping, and Excelsor is dead. We've just got to do all the crazy checkpoint stuff, and this is where I'm building my combo, because it's not too impressive at this point, but 40 is respectable, and I think enough to tide you over. So there it is, there's the chop. and another chop. And then it's just to the really strange moments that Platinum does so well, where really hyper ridiculous things happen. Because I mean, look at this. Raiden is effectively picking up this giant machine via its sword, and yet it takes him a week to recover after he swings the pincer blade. So unless the pincers are made out of that material that breaks the Z-sword, which is the heaviest material in the universe, I don't know how this works. You know, science is just turned off at this point. Which is good, because I do like it ridiculous. And I understand why the pincer is so slow, because it's a balance reason. The weapon is too powerful to be swung like the katana. But still, you've got to disengage your brain at moments. So for this sequence here, once you do all the cutscenes, you don't have to cut the excelsor all that much. It's entirely preference. I wanted it to be quicker, so I think I cut him once and I let go. Yeah, just to get that extra bit of a speed bonus if I can, but speed is never going to be your enemy here. It's the Zandatsus and it's the battle points. But there is the S rank. That took me a handful of attempts, guys, so don't feel bad if you keep failing, because I did too. So, first form Armstrong. Very, very easy. All you have to do is deal some damage to him. As soon as you get a second, charge your pincers. Pincers are going to do all the work here because they're just obnoxiously powerful. There is the cutscene that links this fight to the next one. And then this is trickier, this. I managed to do it first attempt, and if that's any consolation to people, hopefully it'll give you confidence. All you need to do, guys, run away from him. He's going to charge at you. He's either going to do the kick or he's going to try and grab you like the filthy rapist he is. And all you need to do is the dash evade without your sword. You do the awesome cartwheels that you could do in Metal Gear 2. Or Metal Gear Solid 2, sorry, Metal Gear 2, completely different game. And this is literally it. The only tricky part to this is when he does that. If he does the kick, you'll avoid it every time. If he does the grab, you have to compensate and do another one. It can be a little bit nerve-wracking, but, you know, compared to the third fight, this is really child's play. And what I would advise is once you've done this for about, I think it's 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, and then the fight ends, back up your save. Back it up, and then just conquer. Because the third phase took me a long time, guys. It took me about 1.5 hours. And it's not because the boss is hard. The boss is not that hard to kill. It's just hard to get that score, and I could not figure out for the life of me. Every time my combo wasn't high enough. And in the end, I utilised a strategy that I've seen in the wig videos. And I saw it on the IGN guide to getting S ranks before I even owned the game, because I was checking out what was on YouTube, and there was a video of the boss fight, and I'm not that bothered by spoilers personally, because at the end of the day I'm going to enjoy the game regardless. And I watched him fight a boss. I had no idea what it was just a big ripped dude, and he went into blade mode when he was stunned, and he just started cutting the tits off him, and he got like 100+ hits on this guy because he was just cutting him because he had unlimited blade mode. So when I kept messing up on combo, I decided to use a couple of electrolyte packs and use, you know, ripper mode with blade mode to get the extra time. And I actually cock up the first one in the final run because I was choking like a bastard because I was nervous. But it got my combo over 100. As soon as my combo was over 100, all I needed to do was beat the boss, no damage, and I'd got it. And that's the end of the second phase there, guys. So get ready to back your save up. This is the third phase. This is the worst phase, and what I'm doing here is I am using the dash evade to use the iframes to go through the attack. I just used them again then. I do not recommend doing the iframes to get through the explosion he does unless you're comfortable with it. I've done it numerous times, but I still choke because it's one of those things where every single time I need to use the iframes, I'll fuck it up because I'm just like that under pressure. I'm not very good. But we don't need to cut any of these obstacles. You don't need the battle points for picking up the items that are probably dropped from them. We don't need any of that nonsense. It can speed the fight up because you get a nice bit of damage on him after you do the cutting, but I don't like the cutting at all. I don't like the right analog. I'm not a fan, so I just avoid it. And he spams this like a bitch. But the one saving factor of this boss fight is the music is great. And it's really motivational when you're having a rough time. So you'll notice I didn't run immediately to him to attack him. There's a lot of logic behind that, guys. Every time I ran at him from behind and started wailing on him after he recovered, he did the explosion, and I could never run away from it, and every time I tried to use the iframes to get through it, sometimes I'd get through it fine, other times I'd choke, and it just wasn't reliable, so I didn't do it. That means he's doing the quick time event. If you get lucky, you'll get 2 of these in the fight and it'll be over before you've even begun, because these do ridiculous damage on Revengeance because the counter damage is increased, and I believe that these are classed as counters. But things to note, when this ends you're always without your sword, so you need to run directly behind you to the edge of the arena and press B. As soon as you've got your sword, you're going to have to run up to him and cut the parasite thing on his back that gives him life. So run behind him. I'm going to use a nano electrolyte pack, but I fucked this up because I go into blade mode before I activate. Oh no, I did it right. My bad, guys. Just ignore me. So, use the electrolyte, go into ripper mode, and then just start slashing. Do not go into blade mode because blade mode drains significantly faster than ripper mode. And what we're going to do is as soon as this runs out, I'm going to use another electrolyte pack. And I think I fucked this up, watch. Because yeah, I thought it would sustain ripper mode and it didn't. So, mistake right there, folks. Use it, initiate ripper mode, then blade mode. That's the only problem with what I just did. So, avoid my mistake and it'll go smoother. But all we need is over 100 on combo. As soon as we've got over 100, we're done. This fight is over, the S rank is yours. And his life's getting really low at this moment in time, so I'm just cutting away, doing my combos, aware that he might retort right here, so just watch him. He goes immediately into regen, which is really lucky and really graceful. It's gracious, sorry, not graceful. Nothing graceful about him squatting like he needs to do a turd. But as soon as you get him down to 10% life, he's very close to the end, but bear in mind he can still attack you. You're looking for him to charge up, Dragon Ball Z style. As soon as he does that, the fight is over. So we've got a lovely combo of 156, that's definitely going to help. There's the 100 battle points for whatever we just did. And avoid this, and he should start going Vegeta on us. So let's have a look. Come back in. There he goes, he's charging up. You've won, guys. You just need to do the quick time. Don't fuck it up. So the first one is the twiggle, the analog. So get twiggling. That gets him away like that. I believe the second one is it cut the hand? Yeah, cut the left hand, wait for it, blade mode, chop, cut the right hand, excuse me, and then I think it's the YB. Yeah, there it is, YB. Then after this there's an X, I think, coming up, where you headbutt him and you start tapping like a mofo. Here it comes. Tap, 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 tap. Get a Kenshiro on it. And then you've earned this, so don't miss. Chop that out 9 times and pull that bad boy out. There's the Zandatsu. And if everything has gone to plan, the no damage, the over 100 combo, you should have the S rank. If you don't, I feel your pain because it took me a handful of times killing this bastard to get it. But once you get it, that's all you need. There it is, there's the no damage. Combo helps immensely. BP doesn't really matter, time doesn't really matter, it's those bottom ones that do. Zandatsu's guaranteed, longest combo helped. There is the S rank. And the achievement should pop. Become a lightning god. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this series. I hope it helps you get that amazing title. And, you know, thanks for watching. You take care now.